Hello and welcome to Sports This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
I am Tyre Salam. It's great to have you join us again.
All right, let's begin with the good news. Of course, it's all over the place. And after 30 years of hurt, Liverpool finally won the league title. And it was the number one, the guy who came as the number one 4 years ago, achieved a remarkable feat of a special one.
Celebrations all over, all through the night in Merseyside right now because Liverpool have finally ended their wait for first league title in 30 years. Congratulations to Liverpool. Of course, we're going to be talking about this a lot on the show later on. Also on Sport This Morning, this time, congratulations for Australia and New Zealand because they have now been named the host nations for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. And Cecilia, like we said yesterday, we all thought it was expected. Exactly.
As one, New Zealand and Australia. That's where we're going to next at the FIFA Women's World Cup. Also on the show, Vince Carter, after 22 years, 22 seasons, he finally retired with the Atlanta Hawks. And of course, he's 43, and well, he's calling it quits.
Yes, this another expected decision. You'd say, of course, the Atlanta Hawks are not going to Orlando for the NBA restart and the playoffs. And it was only natural that Vince Carter was going to call it quit. And this is an absolute legend of the game who is surely going into the Hall of Fame. Take a bow wherever you are, Vince Carter. That's where we're kicking off the show from. That's where we're tipping off the show from today. And it's all about Vince Carter. There you go. Atlanta Hawks,
1,541 games played.
Incredible
Huge
stuff. 22 years. 22 seasons in the NBA. That's incredible longevity. And no player has done that before. It's a record. And he's actually the first player to play in 4 different decades. That's remarkable stuff. And you understand why everyone is celebrating the career of Vince Carter right now. We're seeing some of the pictures on your screen when he won gold with Team USA. That was at the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games. Several other accolades that we're going to be talking about later on the show. But let's get this quote out of the way. Cecilia, his official announcement that he is done with playing professional basketball. Of course, you can still be playing pickups from time to time. But professionally, he's done. It says, I am officially done playing professional basketball. Making my last shot helped the situation. I think if I didn't make the last shot, it would have been a little bit different. As a player, playing your last game, whether you know it or not, you always want to say, well, at least I made the last shot of my career. I can actually say that. So I am very, very happy. So I guess I remember that game came on towards the end and he sinked the shots. I see what he's trying to say there.
Yeah,
I mean,
making
you're going
the last
out
opportunity on a high.
Yeah, on a high.
I mean, he's 43. I'm just looking at that longevity, how many players stay that long on a scene, especially his remarkable start to his career. Remember, in his second season, he won the slam dunk contest, with that dazzling display. And not only that, he's ranked 22nd on NBA all-time score. Okay, then we have the career highlights. It's so much. 8 times NBA All-Star, All NBA second team, All NBA third team, NBA Rookie of the Year. And that was in 1999 when he just came on. And of course, this guy was going to be something.
Second season.
Yeah. NBA All-Rookie, first team, NBA Slam Dunk Contest champion, Sydney 2000 Olympic champion. And of course, remember FIBA America's tournament, he also won gold with the United States. So much,
he's achieved a lot in his career.
A whole lot.
I know what jumps out to you immediately is the fact that, okay, Vince Carter did not get to win a ring. So many great players have come and gone, didn't get to win a ring, but doesn't take anything away from the remarkable career that Vince Carter, Vince Sanity, that's what we know him as because of his incredible and insane dunks he used to perform in games. Doesn't take anything away from everything he's achieved in the game. So,
Maybe
like I
if he has
said,
played for bigger teams, I mean, when I mean bigger teams, I mean like the Lakers
yeah,
and all that, because he played with New Jersey,
yeah,
Orlando, Phoenix Suns,
yeah,
Dallas Mavericks,
Raptors.
Memphis, uh, Sacramento
That's
Kings and all.
that's the
So
way
these are the
basketball
teams,
is,
yeah.
Cecilia. For whatever reason, it didn't get to
It
play
gets,
for any of the top sides. I imagine you're meaning the traditional powerhouses in basketball: the Lakers, the Celtics, the Pistons,
and even the Bulls
and the likes. Yeah, so it's unfortunate, but like I said, doesn't take anything away from
from his
a
achievement.
remarkable career. Vince Carter, take a bow wherever you are. Let's move on with the show now. We're not moving on from Vince Carter just yet. Cecilia,
Still on him.
who's talking? We have a couple of reactions on Vince Carter's retirement.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, yesterday we had Instagram live series on Channel's Instagram page. And of course, we had Indi Demand, that's the assistant coach of the D Tigress. Remember, she retired when she was just 29, and she said she wants to focus on coaching, and she's doing a remarkable job. So she was able to talk to us about her career and all that. But then I had to ask her the question. You actually posed the question and say, okay, what do you think about Vince Carter? Here's the memory she told us.
Vince Carter, watched him play. Like, he's an amazing player. Number one, I would say the biggest thing and the most amazing thing about watching Vince Carter is that how he'll just dunk on you. Like, just dunk on you. I love the way he'll just, just rise up and just dunk on, like, and so that's one of the most, like, memorable things about watching him play is his dunks. And so, he had an amazing career. So, it's I know a lot of people are going to be sad, but, that's the biggest thing I would say about from watching him play is I love to watch him dunk on people. Like, I loved it.
You think he's gonna get into the Hall of Fame?
Of course. Vince Carter, like his name carried weight. Like, and like even though his name probably hasn't been, too like big in these recent years, but Vince Carter, like everybody know who Vince Carter is. Like Vince Carter, his name hold weight, and he's done some amazing things for the league and for basketball. So for sure, I believe he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Whatsoever, Vince Carter definitely a sure bet for the Hall of Fame. Cecilia, no, and she talked about the dunking as well.
Yeah.
Vince Carter is arguably one of the best dunkers the NBA has ever seen, and you can understand why we enjoyed a lot all these, dunking on people, like she put it. Vince Carter put a lot of basketball players on the poster, several posters, and those are memories that will live with us for a long time.
Absolutely. Memories, and all.
Okay.
We'll still talk about Ndidi right now?
Yeah,
okay.
Why not?
I mean, more on her.
Yeah.
I mean, she also talked about, the fact that, going into coaching, she had one dream. And what's the career goal? The dream is to see if she can medal, with the D Tigress at the next Olympics that will be in 2021.
Long-term goal. I mean, well, we'll start right now. The goal is 2021 in Tokyo is to, medal. So that's a goal I've set as myself as a coach. But I believe that all of us, collective, both players and coaching staff, that's our goal as well. And my thing is to continue to grow with the Tigers as a coach, and use this as an opportunity to afford other young ladies in Nigeria, or whether on the States or wherever, because I do a lot of recruiting. So just give that awareness. And so I would say my long-term goal is just to, bring more people in, stop having people to go play for like Canada and all these other places. Like, come to Nigeria, bring this talent to Nigeria, come to Nigeria and, play for us, represent Nigeria. And so that's my biggest goal is just continue just to get more players. And then it starts with just, making a conversation, just hey, how you doing? I'm a coach of the national team. We would like for you to come in, come to, a training camp or something like that. And, so I would say that's the biggest thing for me with the team. It's just to continue to grow the program and give so many young ladies the opportunity to represent Nigeria. Because you will be surprised. There's hundreds and thousands, there's so many young ladies.
There's so many out there. And, of course, she was given an opportunity. And, of course, she wants to give that same opportunity to other ladies. And, of course, the bigger dream is see how the Tigress can really medal at the Olympics. Be rooting for them, of
Yeah,
course.
of course, they've got a lot of time now to work towards that.
Exactly.
No thanks to the postponement, or thanks to the postponement of the
Olympics.
Olympics. And the quality is there. We saw it at the FIBA World Cup.
Yes.
2 years ago, where they went all the way to the quarterfinals. So they have the talent to, perhaps get on the podium. It's going to take a lot of hard work, though. There's no doubt about that. Let's move on from the Tigress now, Cecilia. Let's still continuing catching up, series, and things are actually easing up a bit now.
Yes.
Life is gradually returning to normal. But then some players, some athletes are still kind of stuck wherever they are. They're still not getting to, play competitions because COVID has not been totally eradicated. This time around, we're going to be linking up with a Nigerian table tennis player who is highly rated by a lot of table tennis watchers in the country. I'm talking about Mati Taiwo, who's just 17 years old. He's going to be joining us on the show from Portugal. Mati, good morning. It's great to have you on the show. How are you? How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, sir. I'm good. What about you?
Yeah, we're good over here as well. It's good to see you looking very well. How have you been? You're in Portugal at the moment. When did you get to Portugal, and how's the experience been like?
I got to Portugal around February, and the experience here is so great. I feel so great with my loved ones, and the environment is cool, and the experience is so good. I can practice with good facilities and good coaches and players.
Interesting. So what's taking you to Portugal? What are you doing there at the moment?
Right now, at the moment, I'm practicing at the Sporting Club of Portugal, the current club of Aruna Quadri.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, let me ask you, at 12, you were already the National Youth Games champion, winning a gold medal at that time. Why tennis? Why did you choose tennis? Because usually, young boys growing up, everybody wants to play football. Why did you decide to say, okay, tennis is for me?
Actually, I love football, but I normally followed my brother to the National Sports Stadium in Ondo. So there I gained interest in playing table tennis. He's also a table tennis player, so I gained interest in playing table tennis from there.
So it's in the family. Interesting. We're seeing pictures right now of you in a training session with the great Aruna Quadri. How's it been like being trained by such a legend of the game?
Oh, I feel so great and happy playing with one of the best table tennis players in the world. And with that, I have more courage and confidence in playing the game.
Interesting. It gets confidence training against playing and being trained by Aruna Quadri. Cecilia?
Yeah, in April, with no current world ranking and all that, you competed in 4 finals at the 2019 Ghana Junior Cadets Open in Accra, winning 2 titles. What was that like for you?
Wow, I was so happy when I won the African Junior Championship in Ghana. I wasn't expecting that type of result, but with so much training and hard working, I think I gained it from that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that was such a fantastic performance because he got to 4 finals. He ended up winning 2 titles, which is quite remarkable. And because of everything you've been able to achieve at such a young age, you're just 17. Table tennis watchers in the country and across the world are actually tipping you for great things. I remember a couple of weeks ago on the show, the former NTA president, Enito Waidashiri, said you're going to be a great player. How are you dealing with such expectations?
Wow, I feel so great hearing that from our Nigerian Table Tennis Federation, and I promise to play more and to come out in flying colors and to win more championships.
Fantastic indeed. Of course, you have to play. You have a lot to live up to because when they start telling you you're going to be great and all of that, you have to, of course, work very hard and stay grounded and humble to be able to achieve. You said you were actually training in Portugal. Like, When is it going to be over? When are you coming back to Nigeria, if you're coming at all?
As soon as the pandemic is over, I will be coming back to Nigeria.
And when you come back, what are you going to be up to? Are you going to school? Are you going to be playing table tennis in school? Or what's going to be up when you come back?
Yeah, I'm combining both my education and sporting activities together. So, yeah, after school, I can go to practice, or before or after practice, I can go to school. It depends on.
Okay, how do you manage that? Because usually it can be very difficult, especially if you want to remain here in Nigeria or you intend to move to Portugal permanently.
Yeah, it's so difficult in combining both sport and education together, but I think I'm going to work things out.
How are you going to do that?
If it's possible for me to study online, I can do that.
Wow.
Or, yeah, if it's possible for me to study online or to go to some like net classes or part-time classes, I think I will have to do something about that.
So, it sounds like you're determined to actually, finish your, school and combine, with your sports, which is very, very good because these days it's important. Education is so important, even for sports.
Yeah.
Man, there's no doubt about it at all. You're highly rated, and everyone is tipping you for great things. There's also a great young player in Nigeria, Azeez Sholanke. Sholanke, yeah. Do you consider him a rival? Like, what's the relationship like between the two of you?
I don't consider him as a rival. We are both in the same team, and I wish both of us, and I wish all our junior players success in their game and in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, the only rival we have are the players from other countries like Egypt, Algeria, Tunisia. Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
Being in Portugal and learning a lot and training and all that, how much has it improved in your game? I mean, what are the things you're picking from it?
Oh, I've learned a lot from here, from Aruna Quadri, from Bode Abiodun, and from other Portuguese players. I really learned a lot from them.
Fantastic,
in terms of skills and other things, yeah.
Other aspects of the game as well, too, that you've definitely learned from these very experienced players. Indeed, I believe, at the end of it all, you want to become a professional tennis player, and you're already dreaming about how you've been to Portugal. You see how, the league is being run, and you see how competitive and how very exciting it is. So I believe you want to be in that situation as well. But unfortunately, I don't know, have you had scouts coming around to see you train, perhaps potential clubs that might be interested in you?
Currently, not yet, but I hope in the future I get a contract from a good club. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I was looking at, just reading through some of the things you've achieved at this particular young age. What will be that dream you really want to, aspire to be? That particular target you're aiming for?
My aims and objective is to become the world champion and to break some record in which African player has not yet break. Like Aruna Quadri being the first Africa to reach the Olympics quarterfinal. And I also wish to be the first Africa to be the world champion or to be an Olympic champion.
Wow. Interesting.
Big dreams. Big dreams indeed. But if you can dream it, you can do it. Why not?
You can do all that. I want to thank you, Taiwo Manti, for taking out time, to talk to us this morning. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Wish you all the best, all the good things you wish yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Interesting one. All right, we need to go on a break now. When we come, of course, we'll be talking about Liverpool and how they achieved that dream after 30 years. Welcome back. We have Rotimi Akindele in the studio this morning. Rotimi, it's good to have you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, been a while. Good morning.
Yeah. It's been a bit. Okay, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's great to have you back on the
Thank
show
you.
on this special day. I know you're not a Liverpool fan.
I was wondering what made the day
yeah,
so
but
special.
it's a special day for Liverpool
I was
fans
also
around the
asking
world.
I mean,
It's a special
2020
day.
is a year most people want to forget.
Yeah, but
Do
for
you know
Liverpool
that?
fans, they
Only
will
Liverpool
forget this
fans will never
in a
forget
hurry.
2020.
That's what I'm saying.
No, not necessarily.
Come on, Rotimi, stop being
I'm just
a
saying.
hater on the show. It's a special day
if
for
Real
Liverpool.
Madrid goes on to win La Liga, they won't forget.
Yeah, but
Bayern just won
don't
8
even
in a row.
don't compare
They won't forget.
Rotimi now.
I'm
Don't
just picking it
compare.
from that line. Hey.
Come on, Rotimi. I be like 30 years Liverpool fans have waited.
Before we talk about Liverpool, because I know once we start, we're not
Oh.
going to end. Let's take a look at other results that happened
Okay.
in the English Premier League
That's better.
last night, right? Starting with Arsenal, and of course, they finally, since the project restart, they got a win yesterday, 2-0 over Southampton. And it was two young
Yeah, well,
boys that actually gave them the
Nketiah.
victory. Willock and Nketiah that got them the victory. Then you have the game between Watford and Burnley. Burnley also getting a win after they were thrashed by Manchester City, 5-0. They had some goals to score. They scored
Just
one
one
against
goal.
Watford. Then
Yeah.
against Manchester City, well,
as the
yeah,
results.
self-destruct button, of course, Man City, they decided to okay, let's give this to Chelsea and form guard of honor for Liverpool.
They didn't give it to Chelsea,
At
so yeah.
Etihad next week, Thursday. That's July 2nd, yes, at Etihad. So Man City will have to, form
Chelsea
guard of
beat
honor
City fair and
It's not
square.
important.
for Liverpool. So that's what it's going to be. Now, let's talk about the Liverpool game all of you want to talk about.
And we're not talking about the game. They didn't play any game.
Okay, there was no game.
There was no game. They won.
All
They
right.
won. They won the title. Why?
Yeah, without playing, they won the title without
Exactly.
playing because
So-
Chelsea.
But the
did
play
business
was
for them.
done a night before. The trashing.
Yeah, I think that draw against Everton really showed where their lapses were.
Okay.
Salah wasn't in. Robertson wasn't in. The men they were available for the game against Crystal Palace, you saw the machine, cruise on again. 4-0 against Crystal Palace, and it simply meant if City drops point against Chelsea, which was almost going to happen anyway. Because Chelsea also had something to play for, which is sealing that fourth place. Even though they should have 7 games, I think Chelsea have done themselves a whole lot of good. This was a difficult game, and they got all 3 points. So
Celia,
this celebration was done-
despite the
okay.
stay-at-home order and
it
all
would
of
be
that.
difficult to get all of
It was
that.
always going to be difficult.
It
I
would
just
be
knew
difficult.
it. And look at they turned out in their thousands, and some of them not even wearing the mask or any face coverings because they're overwhelmed with the emotions of winning their first title in 30
But you
years.
should praise Liverpool.
course.
They've been ruthless
Of
this
course.
season. They've been a brilliant unit. From the goalkeeper to the midfield to the attackers, and of course, Jurgen Klopp is what? He's just one of those maestros that you don't want to shift aside. I mean, he's done this again. He's done it before. Now he's done it with Liverpool.
It is, yeah.
It's just a brilliant guy that has set up a brilliant squad.
Yeah.
And now they can go on. And it's not just a fluke. They've been knocking for like 2-3 seasons. It's
Yeah,
only
especially
okay.
last year.
Especially last year. It's only
Yeah.
okay that they get something. And it's been cool. All the stats, you can go on and on. 30-year wait. First team to win with 7 games left. Because nullifying the,
I mean, look at
the
the
5
scenes.
games left and all of
Look at
that.
The scenes from Anfield, just outside of Anfield, the fans with their scarves, and of course a lot of singing as well. Flares in the air as well. It was a remarkable night for Liverpool fans. A lot of these guys have had to wait a generation to, see their club
I think
win
only
this
3
title.
players or so were born. The last time they
only
had been
3.
born. The last time they won the title.
Wow.
In the squad, so.
There you go. That shows you how long it is, and that's why it's a special day.
It is special
So
for
why
the
were you
Cubs.
trying to dispute that early on? Anyways,
I wasn't disputing.
I don't know why Rotimi is trying to be mischievous today. Just being a bit cheeky, that's all. Let's go now to London. Yeah, I was expecting this Liverpool fan to be somewhere in Liverpool, Merseyside or somewhere, but this is not in Merseyside, it's in London. A Liverpool fan joins us now. Of course, I imagine you're very, very excited, and you're still basking in the euphoria of what happened last night. John Ebo, good morning. It's great to have you on the show. I don't want to ask you how you're feeling this morning because I know you are feeling on top of the world.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you feeling today?
I'm ecstatic. Rotimi, you need to get some energy pills. 13, 13 years. Wow.
Rotimi is a Manchester United fan. You can understand
carry on.
that.
Disregard Rotimi. Just tell us how you're feeling. How have you been celebrating all night?
That's Rotimi's problem. He's a Man U fan. But I tell you what, the way we won this was emphatic. It wasn't just the fact that we got, I mean, the records are being smashed left, right, and center. You know, we've got 20 ahead. We are still going to take City's 100 points record. Let's set all that aside. But this season, we were so brilliant on the pitch. Every single player, you know, we were just a brilliant team to watch. We played counter-attacking football. We scored last-minute goals. Our defenders scored. We were devastating on the break.
Yep.
The intensity by which we played was just, you know, all-consuming. So it's not just the fact that we've won it after 30 years. It's the way we won that's so exciting.
Of course, indeed. Deserved champions, Liverpool, definitely. Yeah, but for you, I mean, I believe it's a relief to see you finally winning the title after 30 years. The last time you won it, what were you doing at the time?
I can't even remember. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about what we are doing now.
4 years ago, when Jurgen Klopp came to Liverpool, when he came, 4 years ago when he landed and he says he's the #1 and he wants to see how he can create history with the club. Did you ever expect that he would be that man to actually land this title with a lot of historic stats, 28 wins, 1 defeat in 31 games, 25 points clear as early as February this year?
Yeah, I think actually we need to go back before Jurgen started. I think the journey started with John Henry. You know, FSG ownership, £300 million. They bought Liverpool in 2010, and John said, "Look, I will deliver success and victory for this club," and he's kept his promise. So thank you, FSG. He then went out 2015, brought a charismatic manager, you know, to Liverpool, a man that was a proven winner in the Bundesliga, a man that has infectious kind of charisma. And when Klopp landed, there was something different. The energy shifted in this great club. And then you go on to, you know, what did Jurgen do? You know, our forwards were always brilliant. You know, my brother from another mother, Sadio, was always brilliant. Mo was excellent. Firmino, loyal to the core. So we had no issues up front. And what Klopp has done is sorted out the issues at the back. Van Dijk came on board. We paid 75 million, and people were saying too expensive. He won't do this. He won't do that. He is bar none the best centre back in the world today. You know, the guy can do anything and everything. And the last piece in the jigsaw was our goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You know, we had issues at the back. You can't win anything if you're letting in goals. And he brought Alisson on, and he has been a revelation. So now we play from the back. We don't just kick the ball out to play. We play systematically from the back. Every player is confident on the ball. And, you know, the results are there. You know, World Super Cup, you know, World Club Champions, Champions League. Go to me, are you listening? And now Premier League champions. What else is there? Life is complete. I'm happy.
Yeah, indeed.
I love that.
Yeah, Rotimi, yeah, you need to just relax a bit. And
I am relaxed. I was the first to congratulate Liverpool fans. My younger brother is a big Liverpool fan.
Okay.
So when it happened, I said, hey, congratulations, guys. Well deserved.
Reluctantly congratulated
I
them.
think it wasn't reluctant. Okay. It was, I mean, it had to happen. So, John, don't worry. I've sent you your own congratulations as well.
But we're still waiting for, I don't know if United have actually tweeted their admin or their Twitter handle, if they congratulating Liverpool. We're still waiting for that.
Why should they tweet?
Okay, John, let's see. I mean, you talked about the 3 guys in front, Sadio Mane, Firmino, and of course you also have Mo Salah, the 3 of them. Now, looking at what Liverpool achieved last season, won the Champions League, and this season won the league title after 30 years. Do you think Jurgen Klopp really needs to bring in maybe 1 or 2 players to solidify the team? Because people say that usually when you're winning, sometimes there's this tendency for you to want to relax and just continue, and you just want to stay with the same team when you're winning. And of course, before you know it, that hunger will no longer be there, like in the case we saw with Manchester City.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point that you make. I think at the moment there's a nice even kill and dynamic in the team. So any player coming in has to buy into the Liverpool kind of ethos. So it's got to be the right player in the first place because actually in every position now in our club we have two or three players vying for a place, and that's a good thing. However, I think there are players that are now looking at this club and saying, you know what, if I get opportunity, I will go to Liverpool. So direct message to Kylian Mbappe, my brother, we are ready for you. We are ready for you. We are
you want Mbappe on top of Salah, Mane, and Firmino?
Why not? Why not?
Wow.
We are winners. We have the money. We have the prestige. We have the best manager in the world, and we're backed by FSG. So we are ready. So stop procrastinating. You want to move. We're ready. You can't go to Arsenal because Arsenal. What's Arsenal doing? The club you want to go to are winners. We are the winners. So Kylian, if you're listening, we are ready. Pick up the phone.
Interestingly, you mentioned FSG again, and it's very, very important to to acknowledge what they've done and what they've contributed in winning this title, especially for 10 years. Rotimi is reminding me it took them 10 years. It doesn't really matter. They've gotten to the promised land, and that's the most important thing right now. Jurgen Klopp, when he came in 2015, didn't do too well. It's taken him 5 seasons now. He's eventually won the title for Liverpool. So credit to the owners for staying patient with Jurgen Klopp, who's finally delivered the title for your club. Rotimi, what is going on exactly? I sense that you are not very happy with Liverpool's title. Anyways, back to you, John. I mean, with everything that has happened recently, the COVID-19 disrupting sports, football in England, the comeback playing without fans, now there's not going to be a boss parade. It's very unlikely. Do you see this, triumph as a bit hollow?
Yeah, it's really painful, I have to say. I was watching the same pictures you were showing earlier on, and at Liverpool and Anfield, and people gathering. Clearly, we can't forget that there is still a virus out there, even though it's improved a bit, but that's still the case. So I will urge all fans to bear that in mind. But it's very difficult. It's very difficult to kind of keep all this down. Football is a social game, is it not? It's not about people sitting at home watching television. That helps sometimes, but you've got to be in the theatre. You've got to feel the hairs on the back of your neck kind of raise up when Liverpool is playing Manchester United or Arsenal or Everton in a local derby. That's what makes the game the game. So to have gone through all of that and gone to Anfield and watch your games and been waiting 30 years, and now we've got this thing, and to have sort of muted celebrations is I have to say, it's very painful. There's nowhere I'd rather be right now than on the bus somewhere in Liverpool, with the tour, with the fans singing, being happy, moderating our drinking, of course, but clearly there'll be some drinking to be done. That's what you do. That's how you celebrate a prestigious, win after 30 years. So, and it's not a hollow win because actually before COVID, you remember we were already 25 points ahead. I mean, we were so emphatic. This was ours from many, many months ago, and the fact that we can't gather properly is really painful. But I imagine the club will sort this out. The club will wait when government guidance is relaxed in the UK. They will do something properly fitting a 30-year wait and to celebrate every single player because they've been heroes. From the reserves to the young lads who are not coming through, right up to Jurgen, they've just been absolute heroes. The intensity by which they've played this season, it's unbelievable. It's just, even Rotimi will admit that the way we played this season was just, remarkable. And you have to remember, last season we could have won this with 1 point. You go back to, when Gerrard, our Captain Marvelous, slipped in the 2014 season. And then, ironically, it's Chelsea that beats Man City to handle the Premiership. So, yes, I think all told, there'll be a time for celebration. We will do this properly because it deserves to be celebrated properly.
There's no doubt about it. Congratulations to Liverpool once again. Congratulations to you, John. Of course, Liverpool getting closer to, meeting up with Manchester United again when it comes to overall league titles. John.
You passed them.
You passed them. John, thank you very much for joining us on the show. I imagine you're going to continue the celebrations all through the day. Well, it's safe out there.
Okay. Thank you, Channels. Thank you for your support.
All right. Yeah, very, very excited and ecstatic Liverpool fan, joining us on the show from London. Rotimi, you haven't been willing participants in all of this. You've just been reluctantly just going,
No, it's fine. I mean, it's their first Premier League title.
Yeah.
It has to be said. Don't compare it to Manchester United. Come on.
I think this is where we leave it.
This is where
we leave it.
Are you sure?
And this is where we'll leave the Liverpool. I mean, celebrations continue, all the records and all that. So when the Premier League is over, we'll revisit this again.
Just to quickly add, I don't like the fact that I do not like the fact that Chelsea won last night. From the angle of neutrals, football.
You're not alone.
I mean, there's nothing to play for again in the Premier League.
Champions League sports.
There's no Champions League sports. I don't think United can push Chelsea all the way.
That's the thing.
So it's more like it's done and dusted. We'll just enjoy the relegation.
So you don't like the fact that
I don't like the fact that the season is over officially.
7 games.
7 games to go.
Okay, let's get reactions from Lampard and, of course, Pep Guardiola. They obviously have their own reactions after that game.
Congratulations for all Liverpool fans, the managers, the players. Well deserved good champion. But this season we dropped points in the beginning, some unfairly, and the other ones because we make mistakes like today. And Liverpool didn't drop points, and that's why it was good. So we had to recover for the next season, for the level we have, for the opponents, to be more consistent and recover the points we missed this season. So that is a reality when the gap is like this. So 2 seasons ago, we had 25 points be in front of Liverpool. 2 seasons later, they got this distance. So now we have time to think about it, to try to recover.
I think we just congratulate Liverpool. I don't think this game decided the title. That was decided a long time ago through Liverpool's consistency and performances and wins. So fair play to them, of course. Give them full credit. Deserve to win it. Great players. Great manager. I know that the hard work that it goes into trying to win a title with the competition they've got. We saw that with how good Manchester City are tonight. So big congrats to them. They deserve it. Yeah, of course they will. That's the Premier League. I think for the last 3 seasons, themselves and City have been out on their own pretty much. And then that's a lot of work, as I say, through Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, the projects, the plans, the players they brought in, how they work, what great coaches they are. And they're going to be there, and that's just clear for us to see that it's something, it's a gap that we want to try and bridge and move up towards. But they're 2 of the best teams in the world. So, again, credit to Liverpool for what they've done.
Well, the good thing is Frank Lampard, had to hand over the title to Liverpool early. I mean, Steven Gerrard just couldn't do any of that.
Oh, come on, Cecilia. Frank Lampard was playing for Chelsea.
Let's leave it at that.
Chelsea
and the good thing is Chelsea 5 points clear of
Exactly.
Manchester United. So Manchester United right here need to start doing the chasing
Yeah.
all over again. So nothing to really play for in the English Premier League anymore, except Lampard decided to sleep like Gerrard did some time ago. All right, let's
go
about
down
the
under.
FIFA, yes, down under. FIFA Women's World Cup. We talked about it yesterday, and we said, okay, there's only going to be one host.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that already, and it was just a matter of time for FIFA to announce it. And it went to New Zealand, no surprise. New Zealand and Australia, no surprise about that.
Yeah, no surprises. But then again, Colombia did put up a good fight.
It did.
Yeah,
The fact that they had, I felt the fact that they had a council member, FIFA council member, I would have, helped them have a solid argument, to probably host that tournament. But then again, in terms of logistics, in terms of infrastructures and all, I felt New Zealand and Australia and New Zealand would have been a better place. And then from what Sam Kerr said, as the captain of Australia, that it would be nice to play at home, seeing your fans and all of that. And then the captain of New Zealand actually broke down in tears because she said, we hardly play home games. Nobody wants to come to us because we are far away. So now that
the choice.
And they don't have a choice. Now that they have the World Cup, I think it's brilliant. Let's see how it
coming.
goes in 2023. And of course, 32 teams, that's a big one.
Massive.
That's a big one. We need to go on a break, and when we come back, we'll be listening to FIFA President Gianni Infantino announcing that's remarkable. What? Announcement for Australia and New Zealand.
Women's football is crucial for FIFA. It is so important that we have decided, the FIFA Council has decided, to award $1 billion in the development of women's football in the coming 4 years. We experienced these days last year in France a fantastic Women's World Cup, the best Women's World Cup ever, which broke all the records, more than 1 million spectators in the stadiums, 1 billion all over the globe, and it has brought women's football to a truly global stage. We want to continue with that and in that path, and for this, the FIFA Council has already decided that as of 2023, as of the World Cup 2023, there will be 32 national teams participating instead of 24. So it will become even more global and having a much bigger positive impact on the development of women's football. For this bidding process, which was highly competitive, there were 2 bidders at the end, Australia, New Zealand, and Colombia. I would like to thank both of them for their remarkable work. It was really, really well prepared. Congratulations to both of them. I would like to thank as well the council members for the studying of the files and for having, of course, taken a decision today, as well as the FIFA administration for the work carried out during the past few months. And now, I can announce the host country of the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023, which will be Australia, New Zealand. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
22 votes for Australia, New Zealand, and 13 for Colombia. It was a good fight, but then the margin was so clear. So New Zealand and Australia, that's what we'll be going to in the next FIFA Women's World Cup.
By
$1 billion for development in the next 4 years. That's a good one.
What? Why are you laughing?
Why are you guys laughing?
I mean...
Tayo was responding to you.
She missed
Tayo,
it,
what
right?
did you say?
No, nothing serious anyways. No, what I was just saying, by we, you mean the Falcons are going to...
Yeah, the Super Falcons.
Yeah.
Cecilia.
Okay, all right. Outside that, there are a lot of fallout from that particular meeting. I know the reactions came on, and some players were really excited just knowing that, yes, we are really going to be having this. Let's take reactions from the players of New Zealand and Australia.
So scary. It was just the fact that everyone in that room had worked so tirelessly for 3 years on that bid, and looking around, I was like, I can't handle this if, it goes the other way. I don't want to look these people in the eye, but, being able to, scream and shout and hug them at the end for a winning bid, it was just the best feeling in the world.
Which will be Australia.
Yeah. Absolutely stoked. I mean, obviously coming in we were confident, but you kind of never know until it's confirmed. So, yeah, we're really happy, and obviously World Cup's coming home.
Football is coming home. Yes, that's for New Zealand and
another home.
Another home, right?
In England. All right, let's.
Their flag is. They have a similar flag.
Similar flag, right?
Let's go to the papers, Cecilia. Before we go, we have full compliments today, unlike yesterday. We'll start with Sports and Sun.
Lille insists on 80 million euros for Victor Osimhen. Okay.
80. Wow.
80 million euros.
Yeah.
And the Nigerian star, he's still in tears 3 days after that burial. Yeah, I know how hurt that can be. I've been there, so it's really, really hurtful. Another Balogun Pens permanent short-term deal with Wigan. When I saw this news yesterday, I was like, is it 2020 or 2021 season? But then it's just to finish this season. I'm like, okay,
extended
at least he gets to
season.
play football.
Yeah.
That's what is important. What do you think about the deal?
Oh, well, fair enough. He's been featuring for the Lactic since January when he moved. So it's only okay to conclude the season with them.
Yeah, just makes sense.
And this one, Man United #9 shirt, Owen queries Igalo's bench role. Yeah, into.
What are you querying? There was that
Why will he be sitting on the bench, man? Play him. You're not going to play him for 2 games. Okay. There's FA Cup this weekend, so it's going to start at the FA Cup.
We'll be back in action.
Are you soft there now?
All right, let's.
I give him a deal and you're like playing him for 5 minutes and 10 minutes. Doesn't look good. So, Owen Hargreaves, I'm with you on this.
Igalo is there as a backup. Yeah, to the forward line for United. So,
okay.
Yeah, let's not act surprised.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You have Sporting Life, so go with that.
All right, Sporting Life is our next paper for review. Start the party. Liverpool, of course, champions after 30 years. The party started yesterday and still continuing right now. On Mercy's side, Bayern slapped 80 million euros. Price tags on Thiago and Alaba. Very interesting transfer window coming this summer. Juve wants Aubameyang. Pedro finally agrees Roma deal. It's going as a free agent. Juve, Barca closing in on Arthur and Pjanic swap deal. What do you make of this? Well, I've got a Barcelona fan in the house and it's absolutely going crazy that they're about to swap a young King Arthur who's going to get better for Pjanic, who's no longer a spring chicken and is getting on a beaten age.
Oh, well, they need all of the experience now.
Barca need experience again?
Exactly.
Really?
If you can't keep Rakitic, Pjanic is still a bit younger than Rakitic. So you need someone who is a bit established. You don't need...
So you get rid of
you can actually have Otto and him also. You can have both in the team. Why not have both in the team? Or there's no money for that.
There's no money for that.
Interesting.
There's no money for that. So it's not like if Otto goes to Juve, he's going to start playing.
But of course, they're buying the future. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Exactly.
So let's go to Complete Sports.
Yeah, no, before we go to Complete Sports, there's still some very interesting stories. Yeah, Barcelona wanting Underbelly as well to Coutinho swap. Barca are going for the swap deals this summer. There's no money, right? Chukwueze in fantastic form. That's according to Geno Raw, and Owen is talking again. Says Odion Igalo is an impact player. Says Nigerian, not Man United's main striker. Confirmation.
I know he's not the main striker. What I'm saying, I understand. I get that. What I'm saying is, if you want to bring him in and play 20 minutes,
not 5 minutes.
5 minutes. That's my point, man. Then just touch 2 touches, and that's it. Last paper for review. Complete Sports is the last one. Milan also joined the race for Victor Osimhen. They want the guy to replace Ibrahimovic. Okay, this is a good one. And Galatasaray wants permanent deal for Oyekuru, and the last one, Dortmund to resign Hakimi. Okay. Which one are you going to pick here before we go just find out?
Oh, well, let's see where Osimhen is. I hope he makes the right decision. There's been a whole lot of, we want you. Hopefully he can talk with his team and then make the right decision. He needs to go to where he can consistently keep playing, you know, so that we can also have enjoy the dividends here in Nigeria.
All right, that's what is important. Well, thank you. Rotimi, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you. Congrats again to Liverpool.
I love that. Come on. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Cecilia Omogbe. Have a great day.
I am Taya Salam. Enjoy the rest of the day and have a fantastic weekend.